Hello, hello. I'm super stoked that you got this. My name is Morgan Michelle, and I'm basically your tech bestie, marketing bestie, systems bestie, client experience bestie. I mean, really, truly, the whole thing is one big funnel in my brain. So this is one of the first parts actually of the funnel is kind of getting people from your socials into a platform that you do have a little bit more control over, aka you own it, your email platform. So I'm going to go through just kind of like a overview of this because this flow is a fun time and I don't want you to freak out when you get into ManyChat, okay? So, first things first, you will have this filled out. This is going to be the first thing that you do. If you're watching this video and you followed the document correctly, you will right now have already filled out everything that you needed to. So first things first, just to let you know and let you see kind of where these things are connected. This is the ManyChat tags. That's one right here, for example, is a ManyChat tag. Here's an example of the card right there. Then I go down and you should have already done this, but just basically everything here gets transferred over here shortly. So when you choose your platform here, your email platform, it will take you to whichever one it is. And again, this should already be filled out for whichever platform you have. Try to make it as simple as possible, and then you'd be good to go. Okay. Once you copy the template to your account, you are going to see this over here. All right. Now we are going to kind of go just to this. Here we go. All right. So this is the flow. I'm going to back up. If your brain is in a pretzel and your eyes are crossing, totally fine. We're going to get through this. So first things first, I do have Kit, previously known as ConvertKit. So everything in here is set up for ConvertKit. There are different requirements for other platforms. I do have those outlined in here. So if you're using Klaviyo, MailChimp, Flowdesk, ActiveCampaign, I have the instructions specifically for those in here. So I wanted to show you a bit about how we will, how you'll make sure it's connecting to your ActiveCampaign. First things first, you want to make sure it's integrated. There's a link at the top of every single page where you can see step by step from ManyChat how to integrate into ActiveCampaign. All right. Or MailChimp, Klaviyo, Flowdesk, blah, 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 blah. Cool. So here's the flow. There are guides as we go, but I'm going to quickly go over this and help you kind of figure out exactly where to click and stuff like that. First things first is going to be your trigger. So we are going to have a few different triggers. I have when user replies to your story, user sends a message, user comments on your post or reel. So first thing that we're going to do is set our word. So this is what you would X out and then you'd add your keyword. For me, I'm just going to put keyword. As you can see here, they're not case sensitive, so I don't need to do like this. Really don't need to do that. Like I don't have to do both, so it'll tell you can remove duplicates. Cool. You want to choose something for your keyword that is not something that somebody will accidentally put in a comment, or let's see, like you wouldn't want it to be bestie, right? Like some people might comment the word bestie or something crazy like that. Not crazy, but you know what I mean? Like something random. You really want to make sure it's intentional enough to not be accidentally commented because it will trigger whatever it is. So that's the first one is a story reply. You can react with a heart in response. I'm going to leave it blank so it's not super obvious. And then I'm going to just kind of click out here. Then you can go to user comments on your post or reel. Now, I have this one set up to where it walks us through this. I need to move this little thing for a second. I have it set to all post or reels because I don't really want to be coming in here and selecting every new post or reel that is about whatever it is I'm sharing or wanting them to download. So that's why if we're just really specific about the words that we use, we can skip that part of hitting a specific post or reel, and then we can make sure this is set up so anytime we're making content, we're in a flow, we are able to say, comment this word and know that our flow has our back, regardless what post or reel it's on. So I always select all post or reels. And then this is the same thing. You would do your keyword. You could do like an exclusion, but most of the time it's not necessary, and you don't want to click any comment because any comment would mean literally anytime anybody comments, this is going to send to them. So let's just stick to the keyword. You can add your keyword in here and delete this one. And then we will go to this next arrow. And this is where you get to edit like the comment part. So when you send a reply back, now I'm going to be honest, I always edit these. I left them as the basic ones for you guys, but I like to add about 1,010 of them. And then I just go through and I make it as personable as possible. Like I don't add an emoji after every single one. Sometimes I'm like, and done. Like, I don't know. I just like to do what I would type on my phone. And alrighty, it's in your messages, like things like that. I might add an emoji there at that point because I love using this one, the little dance. Love. Okay. And then I just edit all of those. I like to give a nice option, like list of options, because I want it to pull from as many differing ones it can so it doesn't look so obvious like, oh my gosh, it's automated, even though it is. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like if you see that somebody always has the same response, it's like, okay, bot. So we're just going to try to go botless seeming, right? Okay, so after you do all of those, you can hit save. And then that one's set up. Last one is going to be user sends a message if message contains, and then you just edit this keyword, kind of replace it how you did the other ones, and then you'll hit save. You'll be good to go. All right, now that triggers the first message that sends, which will be this one right here. You can edit it. I left kind of what I keep so that you can change it to whatever you would like. This is a template, so obviously the click-through rate is 0, but this is directly copied from the one that I use. And yeah, from there goes up. We have 2 options for whatever they're either downloading or opting into from you. And that's going to be getting their email and name within DM so they can easily respond to this message. Yeah, I like to keep it as easy as possible because it's coming from this one. Like they choose email. I like to keep it as easy as possible. What's the best email for me to send to? It waits for their email from them. And then when they respond, it says perfect. Lastly, first name you prefer to go by. And then it waits for their name. When they respond, then we add them to your email platform, right? Subscribe them to whatever the form is. So that's the option that we have. Option 1, directly letting them just text back their or DM you back their name and email. Second option is going to be if they would prefer to go to your beautifully crafted opt-in page on your website where they just put their email in and everything on their own. That's the second option. So that's where the link comes in. That's where we would utilize the link. You could delete this entire flow if you want and just type something else there and just only make it an option for them to sign up via this way. But I like to give an option. Don't want to make people feel too trapped. So, but this is how we get them into your email platform. Now, you're going to notice there is one that says if contact has not responded, and then there's a follow-up to collect email. That's automatically set up when the email is collected to go to name. So these are all set. And I have notes above them again if you don't have any memory of this video, of this part specifically. Now, after every single final contact collection, so if we've got their email and their name, because that's what all the forms always need, make sure that those are the only 2 required things on your form within your email platform. That's important. If it requires other things, these will not go through unless you add another message to get whatever that required information is. Now, this is where it's going to differ based on the platform that you have. So I have Kit selected because let me just add, I need to edit this. I don't have it in editing mode. I was like, what the heck? Okay. So I'm clicking on one of these. These are called action boxes and mini chat, my bad. And I say add contact to form, and then I edit the actions. If you have something else, you will see maybe add contact to form and it will show Flowdesk or ActiveCampaign or whatever else. And then that's what you'll switch it over to if it doesn't automatically already do it for you. So you will make sure that obviously you don't have Kit. If you don't have Kit integrated, it's not going to show this option. But whatever thing you have integrated is where you'll see the option to add a contact to form. And that's what you'll do. And then you'll choose the tag. And so I did downloaded ManyChat Flow. Okay, that's the tag I add here. So that's what we are doing. It's all the same. So you'll go through and you'll make sure all that your proper forms or segments, if you use Flowdesk, or I think it's a list in ActiveCampaign. Yeah, it's a list in ActiveCampaign. It'll say Kit or ActiveCampaign list or something, and then you just click it. And then this right here is to the system email field. That should already be preset since that's part of ManyChat's template and like ManyChat's own ecosystem of their product. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just make sure you go through all of these and update the proper tags. This is one that is the clicked, really only going to use this one time. Once or twice, I think, throughout here. There's a clicked ManyChat Flow and then a downloaded ManyChat Flow. These tags will automatically apply to your account. So if you don't want them, you're going to need to replace them. So change this tag. You can add a new tag, whatever you'd like, and then go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'll see you soon.